Time to show us what you've been cooking up.
It's something we talked about during the LCK Cup. This team was so experimental.
Yeah.
They were cooking up some crazy stuff. And that was when that was the best they've been at this entire year. And I feel like we're missing that. So
Yeah.
I think they should just start going crazy again right before playoffs. Isn't that the perfect timing to throw everything out the window?
It'd be beautiful. Throw it all out the window. All right, last time...
such a bad influence if you were coaching.
Yeah, we would not be very good coaches. Just like, oh, no, I think Tryndamere is really good here.
Wouldn't it be funny if is never how you should lead?
Yeah, no.
Draft discussion conversation.
Well, the Trundle is going to be taken away this time. And the Azir, obviously.
Just very much targeting junglers has DNF been. Last time it was Vi, Pantheon, Poppy. This time it's Vi, Trundle,
Poppy, I would assume.
Oh, does that mean
likely still a Yunara ban?
Dplus might go Ipe?
Yeah, I think it should be Ipe. One of the Ps will need to be banned.
Oh, they go App.
Ooh, could be AP. We could get it. Let's see whether...
Would it make you appy?
It'd make me real happy, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
All right, the Gwen is going to be taken away. I'm sorry about ruining the language of your people. All right. Let's see what it will be. With the Gwen ban, it does kind of throw a bit of a wrench into the works. But it's still Yunara, right? Kind of has to be.
Yeah.
No, it's Aurora.
Interestingly enough.
Huh.
So Yunara's open available, and you got to feel like, especially with how Freecs play, that they'll just slam it for Berserker. Remember, this is one of the picks that they got a big win on.
Indeed.
So...
it's a bit perplexing that the Aurora would be the ban, because there's no Rumble. The Gwen is already banned. And they're still removing it. Of course, Bulldog is a notable Aurora player.
I think they want to get Ambessa for Shu.
That's a good call.
But it's still, I feel like, not really the most weird thing. Annie makes a lot of sense, shutting down the Yunara. We obviously saw Annie Wukong do a great job earlier today, but obviously Wukong gone. So Annie's and Zhao comes through.
So Ambessa now free for Dudu to pick up, if he would like to collect that for himself.
I think it would just be a good pickup to deny it, honestly.
Oh, Pioshik was thinking about whether or not he could justify it. And it turns out, oh, this is one of his big picks, and he is going to lock that one in. The Galio to come in alongside it.
Okay, some strong skirmishing in the mid jungle.
Yeah.
Lee Sin not the highest prio of those AD junglers we see. But obviously understanding against the Annies and Zhao, you need some power there. And to no surprise, it is the Ambessa coming through for Shiwu. So a lot of priority from Dplus around the top side.
I don't think the Lee Sin would have been banned.
No, I don't think so either.
So they could have just taken the Ambessa Galio, I would have thought. But
yeah, maybe scared if they take the Ambessa, they would have played into a Renekton or something.
Yeah.
Which is now going to get banned. And what are you going to take into the Ambessa is the question.
And what are you going to take into the Yunara as well as the other one? As maybe a Jhin or something like that for aiming. Not going anything too crazy. Could be one of the options that they're looking for as we're zooming in slowly onto Beryl, who will just allow this Cassante to be banned away.
I mean, the main thing is just having reliable lockdown, good engage, just being able to explode the pick. So definitely want Beryl to be playing a reliable engage support if possible. Poppy gonna get taken with cards.
Yep.
Alistair Rakan still open and available.
So Rakan actually could be a big lock-in here, especially with the Annie already there. Could allow for a lot of big Tibbers plays.
I think the one thing with taking a support here on 4 is that maybe a little concerned about a Lulu into it.
Oh, true.
Spooky.
You might want to take Lulu yourself. With the Zinzao already there.
I just think the problem isn't the Yunara. You just won't have the pressure onto it. And
yeah.
Also well. I think you probably take AD carry here personally.
And the Jhin is the pretty obvious standout as far as power level at this point in time. Aiming has had some decent performances on it more recently, but it's not exactly anything that we get too excited about.
Yeah, it is his most played in round 3 to 5, actually, surprisingly enough, even though it's not a pick we typically attribute to aiming. But I think taking it here makes sense because even though you pass over, first choice for support to the DM Freecs, it means that you don't end up in a situation where they get a free support pick aware of the matchup. They don't have as much comfort, so they end up going for the Alistar.
Time to flex Annie mid, pick Silas. Am I right?
I mean, flex Annie support. And go
Sorry, yeah. Flex Annie mid support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I meant. Didn't really ring as true when
Beryl
I said it
would
wrong.
do that. Of all players, Beryl is the most...
I know, he
like,
does have a bit of Tabe energy, and I always associate Annie support with Tabe. I don't know why, but I do. Maybe because he played it a lot when he was on Royal back in the day.
So a very short-range composition from the DM Freecs. A lot of melee, and then the Yunara as well, who is a short-range pick. And it looks like Beryl leaning towards the Jim Bard, the kind of T1 special we've seen from them many times. A little bit more fiddly than some other engage picks. I mean, Beryl did have that, I think it was either earlier this week or last week, pretty fantastic Bard game.
Did.
But not super reliable lockdown for the Yunara. If you
There's nothing reliable about Beryl's Bard. Especially after the last game.
And the thing is, I mean, I assume, is Berserker going to take Cleanse? Ghost is pretty high priority on the Yunara, but into Bard, Annie, I think Cleanse is pretty good. And if you take Cleanse, it's like, okay, you're kind of limited in terms of CC to lock him down, so... I don't know. I think in terms of having the tools available to deal with the Yunara, I don't think Dplus have fully hit the mark, especially compared to what Gen G had in terms of Rakan, Wukong, Annie. But their comp still is serviceable. They've got some good picks for them. It's just, there's a little bit of concern if that Yunara gets out of check, she will take over the game.
Exactly. Well, it's time to do it. We are ready. Comps have been locked in. Something very fun did happen. The bans from DK spelt a park. So if the DN Freecs win, they're not going to hit it out of the park because a park has been banned.
Oh, okay.
So that is illegal. I'm not allowed to say that if they do win the game.
They can't even go to the park.
No, no one can go to the park. Park's just gone.
Wow.
Which is a big shame because that increases happiness by quite a lot for your citizens.
Yeah, don't really have anything on the other side.
No, that one's just kind of a mess that I would attempt to pronounce, but I don't really want to. The picks for DNF, Yulgar feels pretty good. Let's get into the Rift here for game number 2.
시한사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I am reminded by chat that we are currently in a park because it's LOL Park that we're at. As Berserker already has to cleanse.
Well, did take the cleanse, not the ghost, which I think is the right decision in this game, but now doesn't have it anymore, so...
If there is a pause, it's because the whole venue needs to be changed.
Ooh.
That's what's going to happen. Oh, was Beryl looking for it? Yeah.
That was cheeky. Yeah, that would make sense if
yeah.
Park has been banned.
They may not honor it, but we'll just have to see. Pioshik running around in circles here a little bit. We'll be starting towards his top side by the looks of things. As DK already off with a bit of tempo in the beginning of this game. And I mentioned this on Twitter last time DK played. This is the team that either has all the tempo vibes or none of them. On any given day, they are either just thriving completely or headless chickens. No idea what they're doing and unable to really take control of a game.
Yeah.
Today, it's not convincing, but it does feel like they certainly have a fair few of those tempo vibes.
It does feel that way.
And even aiming, finding that Deadly Flourish onto Berserker, who does come back to lane with not a whole lot of health. Didn't actually pop his potion in that little jungle kerfuffle that we did have before.
Not a fun lane matchup, though. Playing the Yunara, Alistar into the Jim Bard. Gonna be a rough time.
Yeah, anything Alistar doesn't feel fantastic. So this just feels like it's even worse.
Yeah, this is particularly painful. Shouldn't miss too many minions, though, and should be able to pick these up.
Ooh, Deadly Flourish is just going to be a little bit annoying. Does miss out on one of those melees, but otherwise shouldn't miss too many of these. And as I say that, misses a few. Oh, and that one.
Main thing has got the XP.
Yeah. Are we getting to that point? Oh, main thing is I got the XP. It's 12 to 1. No, 14 to 6. 16 to 6.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you
He's
tell
still got
yourself.
a wave to catch. He's going to be at, like, 11. 12 even. Look at that.
That's not too bad. Only down 4 CS, considering how zoned away they were. I mean, it is, though. Like, if you get zoned out of XP, it feels really bad, but I think you got XP for all of them.
Yeah, so it should actually
be... Or the Slurkle?
Yeah, Slurkle value, absolutely massive.
Beryl?
And Beryl is just barding. He's
I feel like
around.
I'm concerned for him. And I'm not sure he is.
He's absolutely not. We're flashing for it. His life finds the double pole as Pyoshik comes in and says, no magical journeys for you. You're only allowed to go on magical journeys when I'm there with you in 2022, Beryl.
Really well played there from DNF, and Life in particular went for the combo. Well, didn't go for the full combo, actually. Got on top of them, stacked up the stun, and then Aiming and Beryl just kind of held their flashes until it was a little bit too late. Didn't get a chance to use them. Pyoshik with a great gank timing, and even though unfortunately Berserker isn't the one to get the kill, the most important thing is you relieve some of that early pressure, which was building up, mounting up there.
Yeah, really nicely done here by DNF. And this is what Pyoshik has been known for on the Lee Sin, right? It's making these early plays and being frustrated. He's like the epitome of the Smurf Lee Sin player that you have in your games, you know?
Yeah, so Life just flashes with the E, and the thing is if you flash, he'll just WQ. So like, what choice do you have in that situation? Has the Nimbus Cloak as well, given the extra movement speed to chase down. It does end up meaning that Dplus still have their bot lane flashes available. But all in all, a nifty play by Life.
Indeed. And the flashes situation, not as much to worry about because there's Hex Flash and Berserker didn't have to use his, so yeah, should be a-okay. Outside of the fact that it's still, when it's, you know, Jinbad.
Hex Flash and Spellbook, I mean, it's never been more desirable to just blow your flash.
Yep. In fact, you probably should. You should flash out a fountain, I think.
get the lane quicker?
Yeah. Got to make sure you do that. Or just to send a message, flash in lane on the spot.
Yeah.
Just say like, hey, by the way, I don't have flash.
But I got Hex Flash now.
Yep. Spend the rest of the lane sitting in the brush charging Hex Flash. That's what you got to do. As Pyoshik back into the jungle once again. And him picking up the first blood is actually kind of big because it means that wherever he is, he's going to get a lot of value.
How broken would Hex Flash be if you could have it as like a separate summoner? Like you could have Flash and Hex Flash.
Oh god, that would be so good.
That'd be so broken.
It would be very broken. What if they just took Flash, like, you couldn't take it as a summoner spell anymore, but everyone got Hex Flash?
Imagine Annie just, like, permanently just sits
there. Yeah, you just only in brushes.
Hex Flashing permanently, yeah. I think a lot of champions... I mean, it's just crazy how Flash is just so integral to the game.
Yep.
And so core for so many champions.
It really was a conversation, I'm pretty sure, back in the day. Like, oh, everyone's taking this. Like, should we, like, just get rid of it? Should we buff everything else? And I'm glad that we went with the let's just keep it in the game and accept that everyone will just take it unless you're Gwen.
Yeah.
Or I mean, Kali sometimes.
Or Hecarim.
Yeah.
I think it's one of these things where it's like a cool resource to play around, and the fact that it works so well with certain abilities and certain champions, obviously, like Lee Sin is a great example. Who would you believe in this game?
Yeah, there you go. So is Galio, who used to be another one of those really cool ones.
Okay, that one was broken.
That was very broken.
Oh man, the Taunt Flat.
Yeah, Flash. Yeah, Taunt Flash.
You just channeled it in lane and just walked up. And the thing is, you didn't have to flash because they would just flash. Yeah. Level 1, you just hold channel taunt, they flash, and you go, cool, you're dead at level 2. And then if they didn't flash, you just flash, and they're dead at level 1. It was it was so broken.
It's actually just incounterable. So that's a good one to get nerfed. Don't need to remove the summoner spell completely. It's okay. Here on this bottom side, we're seeing that Aiming and Beryl are still doing okay, but it's a 200 gold lead for Berserker on the Yanara, and that is problematic here for DK. But you know who it isn't problematic for? Us, because we want as much Rise Group goodness as we can possibly get.
That's what we're here for.
Exactly. And so the Dan Freecs might be able to bring us there on the back of Berserker. Throwing them orbs around, getting something done. As I say that, takes a bit of damage here as the curtains are being called. Life, just being a trusty cow.
Using his life?
Oh, as a resource?
Yeah.
He does use a lot of it.
He does have refillable though.
Yeah, he'll be alright.
Has biscuits too.
Oh, Beryl has his health bar at a position that I don't see it at often, which is quite full.
Don't know.
Okay, yeah, Cosmic Binding going to connect, and Life is not having a lot of his namesake right now. Tempered Fate going to hold him in position here. As aiming, going to just walk up, and that means the flash has to be used.
That fierce stun was such a crazy angle.
Oh, here's Lucid. There's Pureshik. The taunt does come on down, but Lucid gets kicked back, and Pureshik manages to make his way out. Now Bulldog trying to take on Showmaker here, but the stun will come on down, and DK looking a bit worse for wear. As DNF also limping away from that fight, but still, gank not going to quite work out as, oh god. This is getting a bit messy here towards this bottom side of the map as well, as DK trying to hold them in position. There's the flash forward, the force shot. Oh, not going to be enough. Gets the flash with the flourish. But would have loved to get a kill on the board. And now
you're so low.
He is super low as the Q is going to come on through as the teleport.
Okay.
Beryl just going back home. He has Meeps to protect, okay?
Beryl's the player who's just like so likely to die for the cause, and that time, even that time,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm out.
Yeah, nah, man.
I'm out. You're on your own, buddy.
They probably just saw the Q and they were like, that's a Lee Sin on full health. We had full information. I don't think they had vision on
I don't even
how healthy
the Q would
Pureshik
even
looked.
come in. He sensed the tempo vibes that started to shift, and he immediately withdrew from the situation.
Yeah.
So this got very scrappy. Life came back in on low HP, and they're being chased down. Aiming goes for the flash, nearly gets him. The W comes in, it's flashed, and then Beryl just goes, my people need me.
Yeah.
Aiming even
Channeled
the
it,
Sonic Wave.
yeah, he channeled it before anything. Like, he hadn't even seen the Lee Sin.
He's just got places to
Yeah,
be.
he's got places to be, man.
He's a busy man.
The Meeps were calling
Yeah.
from the base, and so he needed to go collect the chimes. He needed to collect the chimes. As all right, that magical journey is not going to get him exactly where he wants, as there is a cow. There's also Pureshik. As this dragon going down lower and lower. Lucid, let's see whether he can lock that one down as the exhaust now on cooldown here for Beryl. As Bulldog once again fighting a bear, this time it's made of metal, as Shiu is not. He is not exactly coping all that well against the Dplus. That doesn't work. It's not like the Dusante.
No, it's not quite the same.
Yeah, the Dplus.
Oh, that was some sick football tricks.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Pureshik. Yeah, doing some moves.
Yeah, some moves and stuff and things. I know all about the field sports. This Tibbers skin's kind of crazy.
It does look very intimidating.
Yeah.
It's also just up in Bulldog's face, and he just can't kill it, really, so... He's kind of just trying to pretend it doesn't exist, which is very hard to do when it's so colorful.
Well, Shiu still looking a little worse for wear, but it looks like Dudu not going to be able to go for a dive or anything like that. Having a look here at some of the stats, as it looks relatively even on our screen right now, but we know that Dudu has had a fair bit of control of this lane thus far.
They got a bit of a CS lead. A 1 gold bounty.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, 2! It's doubled!
Wow, that's insane.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
it's halved.
halved again.
Oh, wow, it's nothing. As in goes Pureshik, out goes Pureshik. That's okay, he says. All right, they need to kill Pureshik, though. He's got a 41 gold bounty. That's 41 times more than Dudu's.
That's insane. That's so much more.
Whoa, now it's 52!
Yeah, but Dudu's has actually grown to 2 gold, so it's about 36 times.
It's still pretty large.
Oh, but Dudu's got a 3 gold.
Oh my good.
4
gold? This is absurd.
Oh, it's down
control.
again. It's down again. It's 3
Oh, okay.
4 gold?
This is still 20 times.
We need to stop looking at the bounty. 7 gold!
It's okay. There's nothing else to look at. You can feel free.
8, 9? This is going off the chain.
Yeah, and actually, people need us to read this for them because they can't read that on the screen themselves. So this is really important work for us to do as commentators.
I feel like it's such a typical thing for an us cast where we just see something.
See something shiny on the screen.
Ooh!
Oh, here's Lucid. As Bulldog not going to be able to punch any justice into it.
I also feel like that's how Pureshik's Lee Sin has been, where he just sees something shiny on his screen. He's like, ooh, Sonic Wave.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, he does kind of personify the Lee syndrome, you know, where he hits a Q, he is going in.
I respect it. You know?
Oh, yeah. He's made it work throughout his career.
You were given 2 abilities for a reason.
Yep.
Game recasting, then what are you doing?
No, nothing. I mean, you don't do that with E, right? You always press it again.
Unless you miss it. But why would you miss it?
That's true. I mean, you're not really going to be pressing it for any other reason.
Oh, Barrel's hovering.
Not going to quite find anything here towards the bottom side. As Berserker's still just happily clearing out minions. Kraken Slayer now done. And only a few minions left for that cult.
I mean, there's a solid lead in terms of gold across the board, pretty much, for...
Yeah?
Apart from Barrel, obviously.
Yeah, massive lead for Barrel. That is to be expected. The support goat that he is. As
if DNF can start to capitalize on some objectives, obviously First Dragon and 3 Grubs went over to Dplus. Do have Next Dragon and Herald spawning about the same time. See Herald moving to try and get some vision set up around this Herald.
Actually looking for a little bit of an angle here. Does break the chains. But Dudu, he has the item. I mean, Shiu's got the item that he really likes, but Dudu's item is a little bit too cool.
The double Sundered Sky?
Yeah, and it almost looks like triple, because Kraken Slayer kind of looks like it's in the same family of weapons.
Yeah.
You know, feels like it should have the same passive.
Like cousins?
Yeah. Like it's just a different archetype. It's okay. That was a bit weird. Minions being a little bit frustrating here for everyone. Deadly Flourish not going to quite do too much, as Pyosik able to tank it. And they are just going to mitigate any sort of aggression as Sork Shoes are built up here by Showmaker. DK wondering where their next point of attack is going to be. 50 seconds on the Drake, 35 on the Herald. But it looks like a gank in the mid lane, trying to catch the cow warding. Something like that could be the angle. As aiming will slink into the fog of war. It looks like Rift Herald is going to be on the minds here of DK. If it is a trade, it will mean that Feats of Strength will go over to DK, because they do have those two objectives already strung together.
Yep.
Rift Herald probably going to be a good one, though, because you can likely get Feats of Strength if you just use the Herald to knock down a turret.
That's one of the best ones for securing the little boots.
Yep.
Oh.
As aiming going to get exhausted.
Nice flash bin there from Life with the exhaust setup.
He's been pretty good at keeping up the aggression. Speaking of which, Pyosik moving into the river now, as he did land a Sonic Wave, so that means he has to press Resonating Strike. As Lucid just going in, already down to 50% health as this is looking rough. He has to flash, but the flashes are all there. Tempered Fate to allow him to live a little longer. And does have that broken item, but he is just going to get taken down. That is Feats of Warfare here for DNF, and the Yunara getting a kill. Oh, this is looking so good for 3 games.
It is looking very good, especially the gold going on to Berserker, and now should just be a Rift Herald pickup for DNF. Lucid trying to make something happen onto the Yunara, but not the easiest target. Berserker had sums, had the ult as well to give access to that dash.
Yeah, they also have the global advantage as well, as Dudu not going to be allowed to go home. But I don't think they're going to be diving him or anything like that. Rift Herald does go over to Pyosik. Let's have a look at this play one more time.
He just tries to dive in onto Berserker. The problem is you just don't have the reliable setup.
And there were all buttons available and things like this.
Then the ult comes in, which doesn't actually really help and just kind of ensures Berserker's getting the kill. The stun didn't connect as well. This is what I mean. It's like, compare this to when they had, to the last series, when there was Annie, Wukong, Rakan. And when you wanted to kill the Yunara, it was like, okay, dead.
Yeah.
Not really the same level of engage here, and it's a little bit worrying.
Well, Double Dragon does come in, and it's Infernal Soul this time.
That is a good one.
It's not too bad. Allow them to do a fair bit of extra damage in this game. Meep slap out there from Beryl, avoids the Slurkle and the Sonic Wave, as Pyosik just going to drive Shelly into this turret. Not going to be able to take it completely, but gets very, very close.
Yep. So we're going to try and push for it right now.
Yep.
The wings
should be able to get a couple of autos. There it is.
Yeah. They had Dudu and Bulldog in the wings, just roaming down to make sure.
Yep, that is Feats of Strength as well. So very nicely done here by DNF, upgrading some shoes. Showmaker finds a stun, puts down a bear, and is able to run away from
Bulldog
the...
went for the taunt and missed the cannon as a result.
Oh no.
Felt really bad.
But he might be able to get a Tibbers. And that's worth maybe...
Not quite as much.
Not quite as much at this stage of the game. Okay, that is a public execution here onto Dudu, is aiming. We're going to try and get some damage down himself. Shiu, will he get pulled back? There's the flash in, but my god, the healing is disgusting. Just not quite enough to get through the curtains that have been called. Oh, that's just, he just gave him 50 gold. Showmaker. And now he's tagged by a Slurkle as the redemption comes in. Lucid in so much trouble, and he'll get taken down as well. A huge dive as Life is just taking control in this game.
He's doing so much, you know, having the Alistar there to dive, so easy to make it work. Lucid trying to protect his mid laner there, and they just both end up getting caught up. And now DNF with a pretty sizable gold lead, and so much of that gold in the right spot on the Yunara. We see here, Root connects, the Force just ends up getting chased down. I think maybe he could have autoed aiming there.
Yeah, maybe.
And got the healing. It does so much with the Sundered Sky. I mean, you saw how much he healed off Shu. If you went for that initial auto on aiming and then away, I think probably would have still died in the longer play, but maybe would have survived longer. Here, though, there's nothing they could have done. They were dead.
Yeah, they were very, very dead. Life also, Unbreakable Will, means that he's able to tank the turret for days. Never under too much risk. So, DNF in a really good position to win this game. 4,000 gold, their lead, approximately. They are missing out on some dragons. That is something, I guess. And Otacon going to be up in 1 minute's time. That will be the next point of contention on this map that our teams will need to prepare for.
It's on the top side of the map, and both teams kind of leaning down towards this side of the map instead.
Well, right now, Lucid in position, tagged by that Slurkle. As in goes Pioshik once again. Gets the kickback, looking for Showmaker here, but I don't know whether it's necessarily what he wants, as now the Jhin is going to open up, and Pioshik takes the first 2 bullets. Bulldog gets tempered faded for some reason.
I think they were tempered fading to stop them from blocking the barge shots, but unfortunately Life was there to block.
Didn't get enough of them.
But you can see Pioshik going for the highlight play, wanted to kick barrel into his team, and then he scored a goal.
He did.
That was it. He kicked them between the posts.
And that's why you use that skin, you know?
Yeah.
As I guess that goal has a net, but, you know, it's about the same. All right.
Yeah, we've all played on a field where the goal didn't have a net.
Ah, that's a good point.
When we're younger.
Yep.
That's a lot of maintenance in them.
They often just break.
And then someone has to run back and grab the ball after every time. So when you put a screamer in, you know, has to go run and get it.
It does get annoying. All right, Shu and Lucid clearing out some Krogs. And the gold lead only extending here. DK looking for a bit of an angle around this Otacon. Shu will be able to put down some control vision. And is there a level of hope? Because I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that DNF's composition is still just going to feel great.
Yeah,
as this game goes on.
I think DNF's composition feels great as the game goes on. I think Yunara is super strong as a carry. I think they're going to scale very well. But there's a big caveat to all this. It's Rise Group.
Yeah, there we go. Well, let's see whether this Otacon is what the DN Freecs want. As Showmaker is running up the river, or swimming, or something, as Shu looking to try and dash out of the way, but finds the public execution, then trying to get back to the rest of his team as the Tempered Fate to try and buy some time, as the Ambessa somehow lives for such a long time. The Galio is still going to come on through though, and Lucid not going to be able to heal himself up enough. There is the curtains being called, but it is curtains for DK. Is that a quadra-kill? Yes, it is for this Yunara. And it is almost a sweet guarantee that we are going to 6 games this evening.
I feel like the fight started a little bit slowly, you know? It was kind of a ramp-up sort of fight where initially Dplus survived for a good amount of time. Shu took taking a long time to go down with this ult to reposition, this ult from Beryl as well. But eventually Berserker's just really easing into it, finds a window to move forward, and then just starts shredding here. Takes out Lucid.
Oh man.
Moves up on Showmaker, moves up on Beryl, explodes both of them, and then gets at aiming's face. And yeah, we talked about maybe the lack of tools to deal with Yunara. That's the thing, you leave this pick open, I feel like your full comp has to be focused around, can we shut this pick down?
Exactly.
And I don't think DK have those tools available.
They certainly do not. So a little bit disrespectful there, but they are getting punished for it, which is certainly fantastic here for DNF. As back out onto the Rift once again. And I mean, 6.5k, surmountable is, it's not looking good.
He's left the building.
Yeah. It is, in fact, in surmountable, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, would surmountable be in the building then? Because he's in surmountable?
Yeah. I guess he's in. We'll have to talk to Sir Mountain.
We'll have to figure it out. It's very convoluted.
We say his name all the time.
Yeah.
And yet, we don't know anything about how he is. As Beryl, oh, the fake out.
Everyone's asking where is Surmountable, not how is Surmountable.
Well, are we asking how is Beryl? And the answer would be soon to be dead. How does he feel about that? Not entirely sure.
I think we know. I think Beryl's fine with it.
Yeah. As we can see in the player cam, expression has not really changed.
He's playing body. If you got to pick up chimes, he's happy.
Yeah.
You know, that's his.
I think he did get a few chimes there in his little excursion.
I think his objective often does align with winning the game, but it doesn't always.
No.
Right now, his objective is collecting chimes because I think winning the game, it's a little bit too much off on a tangent. It's a bit too. He's like, you know what? That's way over there. I'm just gonna focus on this, and I think it's the right call.
Maybe what should happen is like it should be got the chimes though when he dies.
Yeah.
That's the.
If he collects enough chimes, they do scale infinitely, right?
True. There you go. As public execution going to come on through. Bulldog flashes away though. She looking a bit worse for wear. That is a big burst of damage, but nothing that's actually going to get too much. Still, Showmaker does take an inner turret towards the bottom side. That might be something. Somehow there's no bounties up, even though it's a 6,000 gold lead here at 24 minutes. Pioshik comes on over, looks for Beryl, finds the kickback angle, doesn't quite get him over the wall, but gets him close enough to Dudu to make sure that the Bard is once again dead. He had someone that he needed to have a chat to in the Beyond, and he certainly has an opportunity to do so yet again.
That felt a little bit personal. Pioshik just kicking his own teammate into a wall. You know, I'm not going to read too much into it. Yeah, this play, actually, this looks like for a brief, slight moment, maybe you see Berserker take some damage and you're like, oh, that was a big hit from the Jhin, and then you realize that nothing's going to come from it because Lucid's dead, Shiwu's low, and Showmaker's not even there.
No.
And here, yeah, Pioshik goes, you know what, Beryl, take that. And he did, he took that.
He did. You can say a lot of things about Beryl, but you can't say that he's a coward.
No one has ever said that, ever, about this player.
No.
Well, actually, you know what? There was a certain play earlier when he...
No. He had places to be. There were chimes to collect, okay?
He wasn't scared of dying. He just...
He didn't even know there was anyone coming.
He had a business arrangement.
Yeah. As all right, Magical Journey going to get denied here by Life, who does pop the ulti pretty early. Still, DK, they do not want this. And you can understand exactly why. Showmaker is spotted. Now slightly out of position, breaks the chains, but Life is going to find him. The exhaust goes down and the Annie is dead before she can do anything. Public execution, just because she knew he had no way out. He'll go down as well. Man, this is utter domination here on the Rift for DNF. 9.4 thousand gold is the lead. As DK, yeah, I think take some Krugs. That's probably about the option here. As the Baron gonna get started, and I just don't know if there's any way DK can dissuade them from just taking this.
Yeah, Member's playing Disruption to try and stop Lucid getting in.
Yeah.
That flash.
Curtain call does come on through here. As the rest of DNF diving on over. In goes Lucid, trying to get the angle. He flashes into the pit, and they stop the aggro. Down it will go. Pioshik gets back over. That is Baron. Well, that was a clean play.
He did get in the pit. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
He made it. Yeah, so, I mean, they were setting up for a play here from Dplus, but that blue trinket, great read from DNF to spot out Showmaker. Life with the W flash combo to find Showmaker. And then you can see Berserker is trying to, like, move on to the next target. He's like, well, I guess I've got to finish off Shiwu. Got to finish my dinner before I go for the dessert.
Yeah.
But you can see he wants to chase down the other kills, but he has to finish off the first target. They don't end up for more. And then here, Lucid, he tries.
He did show them that he could get into the pit.
Yeah, he proved that he could.
Yeah.
And isn't that what we're going for?
It's part of the battle, 100%.
If the goal was getting in the pit, if that's what wins you the game, just getting in the pit, then he succeeded.
Yeah, if the Nexus was there at 1 health, he might have been able to do
He did die as soon as he got in the pit, so I'm not even sure that would have won him the game.
But he would have been close.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what matters. You know, my mom always said it's the thought that counts. When I gave a bad gift. So Life looking for an angle. Speaking of angles, Shiu gets into that back line, but the Pulverize is there to answer. Oh, speaking of pulverized.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, Showmaker just disappeared. Lucid gonna follow suit as Berserker just cleanses because he can. Heroic entrance, and it's not all that heroic if the game is basically already over. That is gonna be the ace here.
Oh, he lives!
Okay. Yeah, DNF, they're just gonna finish off these Nexus turrets, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We get it. The third game in the series, DNF managing to win one against DK here in rounds 3 through 5, and they might even be able to win a series. But not exactly inspiring if you're a DK fan looking to the future.